Ay, I don't wanna fight, lo que digo es right, bro. I don't wanna fight, let me come inside yo. Esto easy peasy, lemon squeezy. No me envías nudes, no me gusta when you tease me. Why you gotta cry, se nota que tú eres busy. Yo soy llevadera, no te hagas la difícil. Solo quiero amor, baby, you gotta believe me. Vamos a pichar y bájale esta bella crisis.
What's up? What's good, gang? What's happening? All right, we are at it again, my people. It's a Friday. For some, you're ecstatic. The weekend is upon us. For others, you don't know what to do with yourself. Markets are going to be closed soon. You're like, what do we even do with ourselves? Just waiting for the market to open again. What's up, guys? All right, here we go. What's up, Jay? Morning. Happy Friday. Ibreneth. DeAndre. What's the word? Good morning. I think we're in a similar shakeout oil play here. What up, Joe, Seth, Rafa, Hector, Kazakhstan in the house. No tengo código de TopStep. I don't have a TopStep code. I'm not cool enough yet. I don't think I've ever asked to get one. But Tradeify is still doing their 40% off. So right now, I think it's like the best deal. Lucid's they're pretty much the same thing. So do whatever works better for you, whatever is based on your personality, your style. Obviously, you guys know code MAGO gives you guys some good deals, and then that opens up the window for giveaways here, which on Monday I will be doing the new giveaway. So stay tuned for that. In the trade, awesome. Good musical taste, of course. In the shakeout as well, sweet. Good to know. Morning, Patrick. Argentina. We got Jeff, Drevis. Jeff, desde San Salvador. Un abrazo, bro. Un abrazo. I would like to talk to you. Cool. Yeah, hit me up on school, and then I got you. In the trade. What's up, Isaiah? What's good, my brother? Puerto Rico en la casa. Afternoon. What up, British Brandon? Got AZ Brandon. Maybe we got a couple other Brandons out there. Yeah, that mistake yesterday, that one hurt. Yeah. Oh man, that was But you know what? I'm grateful because I don't know. It got another fire in me. You know, it got me going. It got me thinking a couple things. So it kind of just lit me up. I mean, whatever. It is what it is. We have moved on. Okay, so I'll break down what I see in oil, why I took a position here, and whether this is going to work out or not. So basically, we break below yesterday's New York session lows, New York open lows. Obviously, there's another entry right over here. So there's a big sell-off. So there's a possible mitigation over here. So I'm more than aware of that. And I'm okay with taking a position here too. What I'm looking for a trade here with oil is one, we swept liquidity. We came back up to fill some of this imbalance, and then we created a pretty good demand. So I like this big push. I like how we created some demand here. We currently rejected like this order block a little bit here, and now we're back down, which is fine here. What I'm looking for before I start to reduce my stop and kind of get ready for anything else is I want to see us at least fill this imbalance so that I can start tightening up my stop. So I'll do that if that gets down to there. If not, oh, why did it do this? This is a little bit off. This should be here. And this should be here. I think I might have moved it. I might have moved this thing up a couple. Not make sense why it opened a little bit higher. But yeah, with that being said, this is what I'm waiting for. We had a nice clean sweep of liquidity. We had some demand here build up. So taking a position from this area for me was solid. And if we start to fill into this imbalance, then I can start reducing my stops, limiting my exposure. So that's one. However, indices too, in my opinion, look pretty good for a possible play. Number one, I like how Dow Jones takes out this high here. Thankfully, I was asleep because I probably would have positioned myself in a sell. But it clears that high and then instantly comes back down, builds up some good demand over here for the most part. A little bit of a spike here. See how we were moving sideways, slightly gets below, and then keeps moving forward. So I would have preferred no liquidity sweep right here at all and just kind of leaving the liquidity, but there's still quite a bit of liquidity over here. So I'm willing to take a half risk approach on this. NQ originally I was thinking like there's this kind of big pump up here. I don't know if you guys noticed this one. But there was a nice sweep right over here, and then you can see things start to drop. So I wonder if we keep seeing a NASDAQ climb its way up to this zone. If we get up to here, I'll consider selling, but I'm not flying towards sells yet because Dow to me looks a bit more attractive. The fact that we, pumped up, took out these highs here, we clear this, come back down. So now the break and retest buyers are loading up in the market. So I like our chances at selling in here, looking for a play right in this area, and then make sure you trade the right asset. So if you're looking at a position, then here is where I'm looking to take my trade. With MYM, and then honestly, like we've been squeezing for quite some time. So getting below London session lows, working our way back to basically, just sweeping London lows is all I really want for now, considering we're going against momentum. So I will tackle this on with 8 micros here, and then this is what it's looking like. Because there is a good shot. Like, you see how we're in a little bit of drawdown with oil, but Dow kind of, it looks like it can go up just a bit more before it drops. So sometimes, one or the other will play out. Sometimes both will play out. It's just a matter of the setups specifically. So we'll see what happens. We're 5 minutes away from New York Open, and we'll see what the market has. So I like the Dow movement. Dow has a lot of liquidity built up, so I think we can get a little something here going on. But yeah, that's the play. And I know you guys have been plugging in here. A lot of you have learned a lot of really good setups. You're getting much better at seeing them. So I love that for you guys. And shout out to Lonzo, who got funded. Shout out to our syndicate members, who Steven, the boy, Mata Mercados, took a payout yesterday. His story has been awesome. I'll try to get a little podcast out for you guys, because I think the way he went about his funding and got his payout was what made it so different. It was just 8 months of grinding, building up consistency. Yeah, it was awesome. So shout out to you guys for killing it, for getting just to the next step in your stages. I know Lucid account there for Lonzo, and then I'm on the CFD side for Steven. All right. So yeah, these are pretty straightforward. These are pretty simple. And yeah, if you guys ever have any questions for me regarding anything, any part of the trading process, whether it's technicals, psychology, the financial side of trading, prop firms, whatever, then I'm here. I'm open. Wow, look at these. The majors really ripped. Looks like they needed one more leg down, and they all started to absolutely fly. I think we are next week. I feel like next week we're finally going to get this euro sell that we've been waiting for. So here's one that has been on the radar for quite some time. We saw a big pump over here. This was now April 17th. And then the market immediately reversed, establishing lower lows again and again and again. So seeing this kind of movement, yeah, I think this is going to be great. And we have a pretty good opportunity here. So what I'm going to do now is let me go over here to our free community, and then go over here. So we'll go over today's setups. And it's May 1st. We have entered the 5th month of the year. Wow. So let's get YM in here. Well, CL, YM, and then Euro. So I already had Euro pulled up. So this is just so you guys can kind of understand what I'm looking for. And honestly, I'm looking for shorts around this area. So like right around here. Where we take this trade to is going to depend on kind of how we work our way there. But I do feel pretty good about something like this. Now, this would probably not play out intraday. So this is definitely more of a swing. But it is here for you. And let me make sure these charts are up and running. Here's my current setup on oil. I think it looks a little clearer right there. And we're 30 seconds out from New York Open. So here we have shakeout. And then that's that. We'll see if it survives New York Open or not. And then let's just pull this up right here. It looks like we're seconds away from triggering this idea on Dow. So we got that right there too. All right, so I'm active, I'm triggered in, market's moving. What do we got going on? So let me just send this in here. And here we go. Boom! Instantly into profits. Let's go. Moving this guy over. Beautiful, beautiful movement. We have take profits set right there. Let's see if it holds and if it wants to liquidate the rest of these lows. So beautiful, beautiful moves. When it starts to break out like this, I'm actually going to put myself in a bit more profit. Because if it does come back instantly, then we're set. But this might be one of the faster trades we have on the session. We're still within the first minute, and I believe we're about to hit take profit. Let's see. Let's move this through here. Oh, come on. Don't do me like that. Let's see. Right there. So now I basically have given myself just about a 1R in profit. And then let's go look at CL. Did CL move or not really? Not really. That's kind of a bummer. I'm not going to lie. So NQ swept the highs. That's good. Hopefully we get a little bit more of a reversal. And then, oh my God. No way. That's bogus. I'm not going to lie. 7 points. My guy. Come on, Dow. Don't be like that. That's not nice. So 8 contracts running right now. Here's 1 minute. We saw a clean wick all the way up to here. Well, let's go 15 second in case there's a little bit of anything in here that we want to see. No, not really. Came up, played out of these order blocks here on the second time frame order blocks. It's not nothing crazy. And then we're good. So right now, trade's been going for about 2 minutes, almost 3 minutes. And at this pace, I mean, it looks pretty solid. This was a half risk trade, unfortunately. And it's just back and forth, just being a little difficult here. Indecision from the market. We did take out already quite a bit of liquidity, so maybe the market, this is all it wanted to give. That's a possibility. I was assuming we kind of trade into this spike down that we got right at the end of yesterday's New York session. So it's kind of what I expected to see happen. Oil, unfortunately, is just stopped me out. So whatever. It is what it is there. It looks like if this trade goes through, this makes up for it. But of course, there are no guarantees there. But yeah, I guess just not enough steam for oil, and that's why a lot of times I like to take only one of the setups between indices and metals or oil, and because we kind of had the sell shakeout and then we had the buy shakeout. The sell shakeout on indices, the buy shakeout on oil. The sell shakeout on indices was lagging behind, so it just was slightly better opportunity. I wonder if we're going to spike up to here and then short again, or if that's what it wants to get before it continues to drop. So depending on how you manage your stop, this trade may or may not play out for you. You see how we break below? We've been maintaining this low for the last 4 minutes. So I kind of want to give this enough room to be able to possibly spike up and drop. But if I do that, I might risk just giving back a pretty decent amount. So when we see this, a lot of times you'll see things like, so just while I'm thinking here, you'll see things like a spike up to take out one more bit of liquidity, then it makes its move, or it does the opposite where it's just, going to come back up and continue its movement to the upside. So I could see it going in both directions. I wanted to give it a little bit of space just so it can break out a bit and then make the move. If it starts to dip right back in, then I'll tighten that up, and we'll be good to go. But so that's why, if you're wondering like, oh, why did he move his stop there? It's so that we can get a break out in here and then have some space for it to come back in. So let's see if that's going to be the case today, or if, I'm going to end up giving back too much. And I'm willing to see it through because of the liquidity that's still sitting down here. So I wanted to be able to see that. But you know what? I didn't check YM. So I wonder if this is going to bite me in the ass. Let's see here. Nah, that just tagged out one of my contracts, that little wick into there. So obviously wanted to come back fully. This breaks out to take out liquidity here. Maybe it goes lower. I'm not looking for re-entries, so it is what it is here. That's sad. This is giving back quite a bit for the sake of making a little more. So pros and cons, right? I'm sure some of you maybe manage this a little bit differently, but because we started to squeeze here, I wanted to see if we sweep liquidity and come back in, which is maybe what it's doing right now. We shall see. But pretty quick move down, pretty quick move to squeeze, and then we pump up. So I could see it going in both directions. If we quickly come back down, then this is probably, maybe we get down to here again, but a little unfortunate that we don't get the liquidity capture. So one of the things that I do talk about is how you can set your profit. It doesn't have to be at the low, but near it, right, where it would be building up more liquidity. So can't always snipe it, and there it is. So that's it. So right now, a lot of bullish momentum. Interesting that Dow wanted to just come back down to then rally. So it looks like the interest was mainly cleaning up a lot of liquidity here before dropping back in. So what could have been a dope trade ended up being an absolute throwaway. It looked cool for a second though, right? So sadly gave it all back. And so -1R on the session. Oh, I guess a little bit more than, or a little bit less than that because of the stop profit. But that's it for now. So I'm not looking for anything else. There's no new trade here for me. There is just this one. So this gave 2.6R, not the 2.7 something that I was looking for. And then if it drops again, that'd be some shit. Okay, so what can we deal with from here? Are there new setups, new trades? Is there anything that we have, we can keep in mind? And where I want to see a trade is this one here. So this buy on oil is kind of what I have in mind over here. We see a nice clean sweep. This breaks below Tuesday's New York session. Liquidity right here. So we just have clean movement, nice sweep and continuation. We've seen a lot of support in the past around like 99.50. So this is where I'm liking buy setups for oil, right around here. So if we can get a setup like this, I feel like there's a good chance we work our way to here today. I don't see why not. And yeah, taking this to, this is the 15-minute structure. So from here, I mean, if there's enough move, if there's enough momentum, like we can really swing this thing way up to here, a massive trade. So this is one I have on the radar at the moment. So if we keep working our way down, then yeah, we'll be ready to take this one on. So we got that set in stone. For now, it's the only thing I'm looking at that has like a valid opportunity. So yeah, I'll set the limit here. No fucking way, guy. Sick. Sick. I love trading so much. Nice little tag out. At this point, I want it to go down here now. Just, you know, being tested. Was good. I ended up staying out of YM sell from yesterday. Yes, Sam. Missed by a couple ticks. Okay. What do you think about oil? Buy at 99.70. So yeah, we have that same zone, Gonzala, for sure. Coach, MNQ ripping. Yeah, we weren't looking to take NQ since it was leading the move. That's exactly why I sometimes place my TP a few points shy of the mark. I took it and got 1.63R. Nice. I see a 6J shakeout. Cool. Mother of all bombastic candles. Yeah, man. What a fun 24 hours. Okay, so what's the takeaway here? When we get to points like this, so for example, we got really close to take profit. I was 6 ticks away, and then it came back, tagged me out in profit, it's a very small amount, and then it looks like it might work its way there. But so when we start to see the market slow down and kind of just build up back again, build up some more, if at this point, like, those are signs that you could take your profit if you'd rather just, especially with just an aggressive move like this, and you know now the market's way more volatile, it's not a bad idea to take something off the table. So that was always an option, to take profit a little bit early. But because for all we know, kind of like what it did here, this was just, you know, building up more liquidity, luring in more money, and YM shows it better. Like, it ends up making equal lows. So look at how YM, the mini, basically builds up, loads up some more over here. So that was kind of, I guess, the intention, was just to load up a bit more, take out that New York Open, and then now make the move. Yeah. But at least you can see the power of specific setups. So, you know, the shakeout model triggering in here. So that, you know, gave us a clean move. And I had to set my entry here specifically because here's where we had seen the last push up and we had an imbalance. So I liked our chances right over here. Where I think we could have another opportunity would be to possibly short Dow right there, where it took out New York Open. In order for this to happen, I would need to see either liquidity build up here, and we're looking for another version of a shakeout, or we just break these lows and we have a mitigation setup going. But okay, never mind. This is the first alert. So oil slowly working its way through. Dow is not like, so if you look at how, for example, NASDAQ is still ripping, right? Still pushing. We have, we can't lose 3 in a row, right? We have S&P still grinding it out. And then we have Dow that's just really slowly, it's just fighting for its life to stay, to push down. Fighting for its life right now. We traded down here for just a few minutes. Not enough demand for me to really confidently want to pull the trigger here. So I'll show you guys what I have in mind, but here we go. So yeah, here's where we saw money come in. This clears out retail sellers again. Not even retail and a bigger position. So that's why, I'm open to ideas here. I want us to trade here a little bit longer. So now we're 5 minutes in this kind of building up demand. Like this, I like this trade better. I'm going to keep waiting. A couple more minutes like this, and this is better for me. So if I were to short again, I would be taking a position like right here. And then same thing. This time with all the liquidity built up, I am looking to take it to this area right here. And honestly, since this is leading with more momentum, this probably goes even deeper. So something like this. So we're starting to form distribution. I'm sure some of you are starting to kind of see that. So I'm setting my limit here. I'm going, let's see, with about 13. No, you know what? We'll go about 300. I like that. This is a shakeout because of it swept New York open. Had we cleared, let's say, more liquidity, then I'd have a full risk on this, but that's not the case. So yeah, the copy trader, and it didn't risk differently on any of these. Why did it do it like that? Supposed to risk less. So I have my copy trader to risk like, half of a contract of what I would do, or less than that. So with one of these, I had it so it's literally risking 0.2 of what I have on here. So if I take a $500 risk, let's say 5 contracts, it should have risked 1, but it didn't. And why is my question. And it did 2. Oh, okay, never mind. Wait. Anyways, whatever. I'll figure that out later. I'll figure that out on my time. Just wanting to understand these how these copy trader work a bit more and more. But yeah, we're building up. We're moving sideways, building up liquidity here. So If we were to come back, this still looks pretty decent to me. If we are just going to continue to break below, then I'll probably delete my limit, and I'd want to wait for demand below here. So let's see. NQ still bullish. S&P relatively bullish. If we zoom out here, anyone take gold buys during London? We had a clean sweep below, and then the continuation. So gold came into the zone and just rallied. It played out of the order block, and that was it. That was enough. And silver, not quite as bullish or not as bearish. Kind of just built up trendline liquidity and ripped from here. So I wonder if this comes back. Like, I wonder if we work our way back down here at some point and still reject out of here, since this did a pretty good rejection of the order block. Oh no, it dipped a little bit below. So yeah, I think gold has been just clean. I don't know. Yeah, obviously I wasn't trading London, but I feel like metals are just moving really nicely. How do you guys feel about metals recently? It will always round up if you're still using trade copy. Yeah, I am. So, okay. All right. So, for example, you guys saw I had taken, it was 5 contracts on oil, right? So, let me double check, but I'm pretty sure. Where is this thing? Positions. Oil. That's not what I want to see. Why is trade history not showing up the way I wanted to? Filled. Yeah, okay. All right, so it triggered 5 contracts. And if my risk on one of these, so on one of them it's 0.2, that's the multiplier, then it should have just on 1 contract, right? If that's how I'm understanding this thing. But it did not do that. It did 2. So what the fuck? Whatever. I seen it, but I think gold was more bearish. That makes sense. Bullish on metals. Gold is toxic, abusive. I took a selling gold stop break even after a beautiful crash. Got you. So it's May 1st. I want to take a quick look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin rallying again, climbing to 78K, right? We had, what I say, y'all? The zone. Wow. Look at this thing. Rejected the order block first. So here was the first bounce out of here. And then deep retracement down to here. Everything aligned. Here was where NQ bounced and did its thing, and then here's where this thing is on a fucking mission. So either it rejects right here. I'm not looking to take any positions on Bitcoin, but here was the last rally, like right where it's at right now. So here you saw this pump aggressively to this zone. There is a chance that the market reverses out of here too, at least short term. And then obviously you have the high over here as well. So pretty close, very, 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 very close to each other. That's why I wouldn't sell this, but I do think we're reaching the end of like this kind of movement. And obviously you're seeing NASDAQ rip. We're seeing, Bitcoin, metals, indices, all moving in one direction. and obviously NASDAQ is following suit. So they're all having similar movements, which is why it doesn't surprise me with the market going like that and kind of reaching the end and topping out. That's why I think our setup here can work out. Like, look at how they're correlated and how they're both approaching basically the two reversal zones. So there's Dow, and then here's Bitcoin. So here's Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin here, reaching reversal zones. I just got triggered in. Let's see if we get a reversal or not. This is, I think, 0.6 risk for me, and then instantly stopped out. So it didn't give a fuck about what I had to say about the market. Just wanted to tag me out again and then go. It's one of those days. One of them days, my friends. One of them days. I think so obviously you guys saw I got completely wrecked yesterday. I think that officially has me lose an account because I didn't have a lot of wiggle room. And yeah, it's not copying any different. Oh, I know why, dude. I had a TopStep copy trader on top of the other one. No wonder. I'm like figuring out why isn't this copying the right way? And it's because, so yeah, if you have your TopStep copy trader on, then that's gonna mess up your other ones. There you go. All right. The perks of being the guinea pig. So this shakeout didn't do as well. Obviously, we didn't have the same amount of liquidity when it swept these highs, and this is why it wasn't a full risk trade. So despite taking 3 trades, right, the first oil trade, which was a loss, the Dow sell, which went up 2.6 R and missed a take profit by 6 points before reversing. I ended up collecting very little on that, and then this trade here. So I'm down about 1.5 R on the day. The first Dow trade would have been so good. Within the 1 minute, we would have hit take profit had I just had it a little bit tighter. But okay. Now remember, the goal isn't just go look for setups, go find trades, try to figure something out. If they're clear and abundant, take them. But if they're not, then, don't. Right now, we saw the market get to this oil zone, so we are definitely in oil reversal territory. However, for me, this is not enough. It's not pulled back enough to take the position, and I think we have a higher probability that this goes lower, especially with this kind of imbalance in here. There's a little order block right there. It could reject right here. So if you're maybe like, I don't know, I don't want it to miss me, you could either just take an entry a little bit higher. You could take, let's say, like, you can divide some of your risk up to here. So that's another option. And then, so you can split your entries. If you wanted to do, let's say, 2 contracts here and then 2 contracts down here, feel free. I like it. I like where I placed mine because we just have had a lot of clean support around this area. So I think we have a pretty good shot at the market reaching this zone. So yeah, that's where we're at so far. Whoa, what happened here? Dollar total P&L 2,000. Oh no. Man, I'm here just like looking at different, and for some reason one account went like crazy. Why? LFE. I don't understand. This one says I lost 2K today. Why? How? Bruh. Well, alright. Anyways, I gotta figure out what's happening over here. This oil cell, super clean to me. This is the cleanest setup of the day by far. So just gonna wait and see if we get that there. Obviously, if it does, then it'll be executed. I'll keep you guys posted if it triggers me in. I gotta figure out why one account here went crazy and why it went crazy. Thankfully, it wasn't a funded; it was a challenge. But yeah, I don't know what happened there. We'll see. But anyways, guys, while I figure out what's happening over there, how much spots do you have left for the fast track? We have 5 spots left as far as from last night, unless someone got started. So yeah, 5 spots left for the fast track. Go ahead and like make the decision. The first session is going to be on Monday, right? On Monday. So that's how I would, if you're right now, for example, thinking about doing it, then reach out to me if you need a day or two. We can make it happen. But yeah, go ahead. And then to do the fast track program, here is the link to go ahead and get started. And then everyone that does enroll, you guys are also added to our giveaway for the 50K account, on top of everything else that we're doing there. If you don't know much about what it is and you're curious about it, it is catered to people who are newer to futures, who have been kind of feel like you're being caught up in the beginning stage for way too long, or if you're just newer. The syndicate program is for advanced traders if you've been doing it for a while, or if you're constantly doing challenges but something's throwing you off, then that's a different program. But yeah, go ahead and go do that. How do I get a hold of you on school? Yeah, you can hit me up on school, IG, whichever works. I mean, you know Brandon, right? So Brandon can get you in contact with me. Hey Mike, how much of a buffer should I? All right, I'll do Q&A right now. Do I look kind of blurry? I feel like it's focused in the backdrop. Maybe that's just what it looks like here for me. How much of a buffer should I build up on a funded account before attempting more challenges? 2K? No, I mean, I think it just depends on how confident you feel like you are in your system. So I wonder why it does that. Here we go. Maybe this will be better. Yeah, I think that's the main thing. Like, how confident do you feel like you are in your system? If you have a certain budget, like, and you feel like you're profitable, you have a good expectancy, then I think you should just responsibly add. I don't think you like only wait, you know. So if you are like, all right, I know I'm good at this, then I'd say add an account, because sometimes things can go well for a certain streak, and well, and hold on, let me actually get the full screen on here, because we are getting closer to the trade now. So if you know, okay, cool, the system's good, I have confidence in this, there's proof, there's data to back it up, then, you know, adding and getting another account as your budget like financially makes sense to, then go ahead and do it. But I think it really has anything to do with your funded account. Now, if you want to tackle one funded account on, and then once you get a payout, then out of profit, you're able to scale your capital, which is financially a much more responsible thing to do. So think about it from a business standpoint. Then you're able to scale your business out of the profits from your business. So if you wanted to, for example, like you have a franchise, you own a Subway, and you wouldn't go and open up a second Subway if your first one isn't making any money. You wouldn't open up a second Subway if your first one is still like you're kind of just figuring things out and seeing, if you need more customers in the door or not. But once you know, okay, this Subway is consistently profitable as a franchise, I have systems in place, cool. Now let me go and open up a second one since this one's working well. So that's kind of how I approach it. And then you're paying at a profit. So let's say you pull out $1,000. Well, that $1,000, part of that covered your expenses to getting funded, and then it can cover a couple more opportunities for you to trade. So right now, guys, we came into the imbalance. It's starting to bounce out of the imbalance. There is a chance that this is where it wants to reverse. So maybe some of you took your position here. I'm looking for a lower trade still. So for me, not quite there yet, but very good, very big reversals here. Risk reward wise, I think it just depends on where you think this can get to today. You sold gold. Nice sweep of liquidity right here. Clean. Rejecting this area. I see it. I see what you see, actually. I think you're looking at like this tiny move. Like right around here. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that what you're looking at? And obviously the fact that there's a ton of liquidity right here. So that already made its initial rejection. Yeah, I could definitely see it. Plus metals are moving way less aggressively to the upside than indices are. So metals selling off, this liquidity capture on gold, that makes sense. And then that also sets up this oil position. So when we start to put the pieces together like that, that's when it's starting to give more of a like, okay, you know what? I had this actually, I looked at it, but I forgot to mark it up and to put an alert. But this is giving now a better indication that overall, like the markets are going to be reversing. So I wouldn't be surprised if this oil doesn't go exactly where I wanted it to go, as deep as I wanted it to go. And this is where if you find, let's say, a smaller time frame entry opportunity, then that could work out for you. But yeah, so for now, I'm not going to chase the gold shorts, even though they look pretty good. I'm going to wait and see if oil ends up working its way a little bit lower, and if I can get this trade here. Otherwise, if we get a small time frame setup, then that's cool too. Yeah. So welcome everyone to the fast track that's joined. I know we've had a pretty good list of people here, and I'm super excited to work with you guys. So we'll be reaching out today. You guys already have emails from us, and everyone else, like, we'll be live here again on Monday. So I see, let's see here. Yeah. All right, so welcome Ronald, Veronica, Stephanie, Leah, Sonia, Yesenia, Jenny, Julian, Ismael, Angelo, Pharaoh. I think there's a couple more. So welcome, guys. But yeah, the link is pinned. You could watch a replay of the webinar to break it all down, or you can just get started if you know you want to work with us. And remember, that also goes included towards the syndicate if you decide to make that next step as well. So take care, y'all. Much, much love, and we'll be back again on Monday. Peace.